coach, Adelai Brown. Make sure you're tuned in on the YouTube page, The Heart Connections. The Heart Connections, you can catch me live. And starting tomorrow, we're going to be giving away tickets for the Purple Jam. So make sure you guys stay tuned. You're on the YouTube page and you're on the Facebook page. We'll be giving away tickets all over the place. So you want to stay tuned. The city's going to turn purple on April the 21st. I know I'm getting my purple stuff together, and I hope you're doing the same. It's time for some good old heart talk. This is our last segment of heart talk for the day, but this does not mean that it's the least. We're going to sum up everything we've talked about today. And this segment is brought to you by Help Save Me from My Broken Heart, Your Journey to Living and Loving Again. And you can pre-order your copy at theheartconnections.com, theheartconnections.com. We've been talking about this Testimony Tuesday. We've talked about what a testimony is and how we must know our location, our testimony. We must be able to share. We talked about guarding our hearts. That's a part of why we need to share our testimony. Believe it or not, when you share your testimony the way you're supposed to, you are definitely guarding your heart. Remember that. Now we're going to talk about some practical things when it comes to guarding our heart. So your heart possesses your mind, your thoughts, and how you think. So the ladders.com, it's a topic on career advice, and it says 10 habits of mentally strong people. 10 habits of mentally strong people. And it says, talking about West Point Academy, they're a military academy, and they're very prestigious, and they have a rigorous selection process. But despite that, 1 in 5 students drop out before graduation day. And a lot of them leave before the summer before freshman year even started because of a program called the Beast. And the Beast consists of extreme physical, mental, and social challenges to test the candidate's perseverance. Okay. University of Pennsylvania psychologist Angela Duckworth conducted a study in which she sought to determine which cadets would make it through the Beast program. The rigorous interviews and testing that the cadets went through to get into West Point in the first place told Angela that IQ and talent weren't the deciding factors. This is what I mean by guarding your heart. And I'm giving you a practical, because some of y'all say I'm all fluffy and out there, and I just like to talk about stuff I feel. I'm giving you a psychologist with a study that's showing you it does not matter your IQ and your talent. So you parents, don't be upset if your children aren't all A students and they're not all scholars. That does not guarantee their success in life, because what we're seeing here is a lot of people are smart and they can't handle life. Those are the ones jumping off bridges and killing themselves and doing mean things. And I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm being real. We have to stop placing value on things that carry no worth, on these kitsch things. Back to our word of the day. These things are poor quality. And yes, it's good to be smart, but let me tell you something. Street smarts will get you. You need to have grit. And that's what she's talking about. Let me get going. Y'all know how I go. Angela developed her own test to determine which cadets had the mental strength to conquer the beast. Because you might be able to get the SAT score, but that does not guarantee you'll be able to deal with the mental and social challenges that are coming your way. The grit scale was a highly accurate predictor of the success of a cadet, because it measured mental strength, which is that unique combination of passion, tenacity, and stamina that enables you to stick with your goals until they become a reality. In other words, enables you to guard your hearts. I'm trying to make this practical. What do you mean by guarding your hearts? This is what I mean. So to increase your mental strength, you simply need to change your outlook. That's what she's saying. And here are some steps that she's saying that people with grit, people who are strong mentally, they possess these things. This is not an all-inclusive list, but I want you to listen. Can you relate to some of these things? And if you can, awesome. If you find that you're not strong in some of these areas, maybe you need to consider working your muscle out, sharing that testimony, guarding your heart in these areas, getting to know yourself a little better, figuring out your language and your location. Okay, let's get into them. The first one, you have to fight when you already feel defeated. Stepping on toes already. You're stepping on mine. A reporter once asked Muhammad Ali how many sit-ups he does every day. He responded, I don't count my sit-ups. I only start counting when it starts hurting, when I feel pain, because that's when it really matters. The same applies to success in the workplace or any place in life. You always have two choices when things begin to get tough. You can either overcome an obstacle and grow in the process or let it beat you down. Which one are you going to do? Humans are creatures of habit. So don't say, I always got to go through this. Maybe that's what you're choosing to always do. Think about it. Next one, you have to delay gratification. And Lord knows that's the season I'm in right now. Listen, when you sow a seed, it does not mean that crop is going to jump up the next day. That's what delayed gratification is all about. You're going to have to wait for this thing to mature and come and grow. There was a famous Stanford experiment in which an administrator left a child in a room with a marshmallow for 15 minutes. Before leaving, the experimenter told the child that she was welcome to eat it, but if she waited until he returned without eating it, she would get a second one. The children that were able to wait until the experimenter returned experienced better outcomes in life, including higher SAT scores, greater career success, and even lower body mass index. The point is that the delay of gratification and patience are essential to success. People with mental strength know that results only materialize when you put in the time and forego instant gratification. So for these spoiled little children, like some of us parents are dealing with adult brats because we did not allow delayed gratification. We never learned how to be patient. We knew we had to wait, but we did it begrudgingly. That was not patient. If you can delay gratification, you will definitely be successful and have the tools needed to be successful in life. Let's get to the third one. Moving forward, you have to make mistakes, look like an idiot, and try again without even flinching. Come on, somebody. Ooh, I like this lady. What's her name again? Let's look at it. Miss Angela Duckworth. Come on, girl. This grit test. I love it. Look, I always feel like I look like a fool. My Instagram post just now, I just told LJ, I always feel so silly doing these things, but I just feel like I should do it. And I'm going to do it and I'm going to keep doing it because guess what? I get delayed gratification. So in the meantime, let me look crazy like Noah did when he was building that ark. What you building an ark for, Noah? It's no rain out here. And they're laughing at him, calling him a fool. But I bet you they were the fool when that rain started coming down and they behind drowned in that water. Come on now. Think about it. You have to make mistakes. Look like an idiot now, delayed gratification. But what did they say? Laugh now, cry later? They might be laughing at you now, but they'll be crying later. Let's keep it moving. What is this number 4? You have to keep your emotions in check. Negative emotions challenge your mental strength every step of the way. While it's impossible not to feel your emotions, come on now, it's completely under your control, your power to manage them effectively and to keep yourself in control of them. Do not deny your emotions, but deal with them. Don't try to cover them up. Don't try to suppress it. That's what causes us to do crazy things. That's when you hurt people and find yourself caught up or in jail or divorced, and you look back and you're like, oh, I could have handled that better. Deal with your in check. Don't let them control you. They're street signs. What are they trying to tell you? What direction are they trying to send you in or tell you not to go in? Think about that. Let's keep it moving. You have to make the calls you're afraid to make. You're going to have to do things you're afraid to do. You're going to have to fire somebody, sell things and you're afraid to sell, make cold calls. You're going to have to be up all night if you have to. Start over. Throw things in the trash. It was a great investment so you can keep it going. Whatever it is, you're going to have to overcome your fears. For you to be successful, you're going to have to confront the things. Okay, I'm not a talker like you, Adelaide. Okay, but you still got to do this presentation to pass this class. So let's focus on being successful. You have to make the calls you're afraid to make. Keep it moving. You have to trust your gut. How many times did your gut tell you to go left? Don't go that direction. You did it anyway and ran straight into a traffic jam. Trust your gut. You knew he was no good when he sent you that text, but you went on that date anyway. Trust your gut. You knew that car salesman was a thief when you got there. Why did you buy the car? Now you're mad at him. You should have trusted your gut. Let's keep it moving. You have to lead. Oh my gosh, this is so good. You have to lead when no one else follows. Is this lady on Heart Connections with us? It's easy to set a direction and believe in yourself when you have support, but the truest test of strength is how well you maintain your resolve when nobody else believes in what you're doing. People with mental strength believe in themselves no matter what, and they stay the course until they win people over to their ways of thinking. Story of my life. And let me say this, I have a lot of support. But when you are following what God is calling you to do, I don't care how much support you have, you still feel alone sometimes. And you're still going to have to go alone. People can support you from afar, but it doesn't mean you're going to always have somebody with you. So lead when nobody else is following, because your consistency will bring a following. Trust me. Next one, you have to focus on the details even when it makes your mind numb. And I struggle with this because I'm a big picture person. But in order for that big picture to pan out and come to being, I realize that I'm going to have to put each puzzle piece in so that I can get that big picture. Nothing tests your mental strength like mind numbing details, but we got to deal with them. You have to be the next one. You have to be kind to people who are rude to you. Come on, somebody. Y'all want to justify your nastiness. I'm just keeping it real. No, baby. You're being real rude and it's not working out for you. Okay. You might have shamed her and put her in her place, but you set yourself back. Don't fall for it. Treat them how you want to be treated. You want to be respected and you want to be loved. Give that to other people. Last one. You have to be accountable for your own actions, no matter what. She hurt my feelings. She made me do this. Well, he made me do that. Listen, that's for the birds. Nobody can make you do anything. You choose for your feelings to be hurt. You choose to be offended. You choose to be depressed. You choose to be anxious. You choose to be left behind. You choose to be left back. I know that's a tough pill to swallow. But when we do, that's when we start this healing and we get our breakthrough. Thank you so much, Dr. Angela. This was great. Well, Angela Duckworth with the University of Pennsylvania. And this grit scale, you guys check it out. I also have it posted on the Heart Connection page. Let's bring it all together. Mental strength is as rare as it is important. The good news is that any of us can get stronger with a little extra focus and effort, especially when we're doing it through Christ, who gives us strength. Guard your heart. I just gave you 10 ways to do it practically for all my people who don't believe. Hey, psychology is talking about it, mental health professional. You don't want to take my word for it. This has been Heart Talk with your heart coach, Adelai Brown, right here on Heart Connections and KineticHiFi.com. We'll be back shortly to close out. Make sure you pre-order your copy of Help Save Me from My Broken Heart at theheartconnections.com. Now let's walk out this God in our heart. We've talked about it. Let's walk it. Let's go live it right here with Mary Mary. We'll be back. All right, that was good.